Alright, so let's set up our find quest location. So if you remember when we set up the quest types, we did kill, collect, and find. We've done these two, let's do the find. So the first thing that we will need to do is actually set up the quest parameters. There is one thing we're going to need to add to our quest info struct for this. So inside that, I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to add a new variable. It's going to be a boolean, and I'm just going to call it completed question mark. Save that real quick. Now we shouldn't have to do any rewiring anywhere, but just to make sure, let's take a little look-see. Because it should just add it, but since we haven't had to make quest info anywhere that I can think of, usually we're just hooking directly into, like when we're adding the quest, we're just, plugging directly. So just to make sure, self, quest screen, quest buttons. So yeah, see, it's just breaking it open to get the info over here. But it's just setting the quest details, so. Yeah, so we're good, Alright, so with that done, let's set up the actual quest. Now to add quests, remember you'll need to also add the quest ID. I've already got like 5 of them that I have, or 3 of them that I haven't used, so I'm just going to do this real quick. So 003 will be a find quest. Let's call it in the Wolf's Den. Wolves. That's not. You know what? It's fine. It's fine for now. I'll fix it in a bit. Wolves have been ravaging the area, killing vegetables and stealing chickens. Find where they are coming from. So we don't need any collectibles for that. Why was that automatic? Why was that a thing? Why is that a thing? What's going on here? Quest info. Oh. Oops. Okay, so if that's popping up on yours, just make sure that your quest info struct default stuff is all set to 0. I didn't realize that was happening. Quest data table. Alright, so we want to find the wolf's den. Wolves have been ravaging the area, killing vegetables and stealing chickens. Blah, blah, blah. That sounds stupid, but I love it. Reward. Let's say we want... Give me an iron shield for this. And then for the gold, 200. And then what are we doing about XP reward? 35. Golly. Okay, 10 on that one. And then XP reward, we'll say 15 on this one. So it won't have any prerequisites, and this completed quest will come in handy when we actually get to the actual quest location. So what we will need for this is a new blueprint actor that will be quest find objective blueprint. That'll work, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be basically the box you have to interact with in order to signal that you've done it. So let's open that up real quick. First thing I'm going to add is a box collision. Now this will be the radius that your character has to walk into to signal, yes, they've found the area. But I want to go into the construction script, grab out our box, and I want to set the box extent. This will let us readjust its size. So in the box extent, I'm going to set it to 32 across the board as default, and then promote it to a variable. So I'm going to promote it to not a local variable, but a variable. And this will be box size. Now if we tick this little eye open, then we'll be able to, if we come out here and we just drag it out, then with it selected, we can actually once we compile, we can come out here and actually, adjust its size as needed. So you can drag it around the world and set it to where you need to. I'm just going to leave it 32, 32 for now. So back inside here, I want to add one more variable that's going to be its quest associated. And that is going to be our quest ID or quest list, whatever the enumerator for your quest numbers. And this will also have its eye ticked open. That sounds painful, doesn't it? Quest eye ticked open. Anywho, alright, so what we want to do is over here, we're going to get rid of all this. Now on the box, we're going to select it because we want to add we want to add the component begin overlap and the component end overlap. So on component begin overlap, we want to cast to the player blueprint. Now this only returns true if the other actor overlapping is the player. So what we want to do after that, if it's true, then we want to get the accepted quests. And then we want to see if it contains or find, contains. See if it contains an item, which will be our quest associated. We'll add a branch. So if our accepted quests contains the quest associated with this marker, then we want to do something. Otherwise, we don't. So I'm going to add 2 print strings. Let's say quest not found. Print string right here. And we'll say quest found. This is just a little test thing just to make sure it's functioning so far the way it should. I'm going to add 1 quest giver right here. And you're just going to have the 1 quest. And then over here, I'm going to make sure that its quest associated is the same as the one that I want it to be associated with. So I'm going to set it to, let's see, 150, 150, 150. Make it a big block so that I make sure I can actually hit it when I'm trying to. Alright, so if I run over to that area, quest not found. If I interact and get my Wolf's Den quest, then I come back. Now it's saying quest found. Now what you may have noticed is the first time I ran through it, it popped up twice and said quest not found. So what we want to do over here is we'll back this up a little bit and we're going to add a do once node. I'm going to hook that to the completed side and this to this side. We'll copy the cast to player and attach it to the on component end overlap so that if the player is the one now not overlapping it anymore, then we'll reset its check. This will keep it from firing off too many times. Alright, so we can get rid of these. So now what we want to do is, well, we could promote this to a variable. I'm just going to drag it. Nope, can't do it. OCD won't let me promote it to a variable. Call my player ref. I was just going to drag the wires. I can't do it. Can't bring myself to do it that way. So if our list contains this, if it doesn't, we don't want to do anything at all. But if it does, then we want to find that quest. So we will get our player reference, get our quest log, the blue one, and then we're going to do a for each loop with break. That way we can break off its search when we find the right one. So we're going to break our quest info that we're searching from our quest log, because we want to see if the quest ID matches. Actually, you know what? There might be an easy way to do this. Let's see. So instead of doing that, let's try find item. Never mind, there's not an easier way to do this right now. For each loop with break, my bad for that little, this is a sidestep. Okay, so now we're going to break it open just like I was doing the first time before I went off my stupid little tangent. Quest ID, we want to see if it's equal to the quest associated. Then we'll add a branch, because if it is, then we want to promote this to a variable called quest ID index. We'll hook that to the true, we'll hook this to the break, and then from the completed, we can drag out our player ref one more time, get our quest log one more time, so that now we can get a copy set array element. I will get there eventually, I am sorry. So what we want to do is we want to get our quest ID index, set the array element for the one that we found earlier. We want to make the quest info. What we can do is we can also promote this to a variable. So promote this to a variable called quest info found. Now we'll take this and plug to here, this to plug to here. So we're getting the quest index and the quest info from those. And then when we break, then we can grab out this quest info found and break it to make it. So we'll drop this all down and we'll just hook all these wires up just like this, except for the very last one. Just like this, tedious, except for the last one. So the last one we're just gonna go doop, just like that. So we'll compile that real quick. And then if I get the quest, it's not gonna say anything because I didn't set up any saying of anything. So we will just print a string, and right after we set the array element to complete, we'll just say completed. So now if I jump in, I run over here, it's not saying anything at all. That's right about where I had left the thing, so it should have. So I'm gonna get my quest. Then when I run over here, now it's completed. It did it 3 times, okay. But either way, it should be fine. So now in our quest icon, right over here where we're switching on the find, where we're clicking and seeing which quest after we did the kill and the collect, now the find. So what we want to do now is we're going to get our player reference, get our quest log, and then we will find item. And we will get a copy. We'll plug the find into here, and we want to plug our quest info into here. That's not going to work because it'll return different info because that check mark. Okay, so we want to do for each. No, I want to check. How did I do this in the other one? Yeah, for each loop with break. Okay. Okay. I'm frazzled, I'm sorry. So right here we're going to do a for each loop with break. We'll hook the find directly to the execute. We're going to break open the quest info, and from the quest ID we want to match it to the quest info. So I'm going to see if it's equal to an enumerator, grab out my quest info and break that open. I'm going to add a branch. So if it's equal to it, then we want to see if it's also completed. So we're going to add another branch. So true. So if we find the quest info, then we want to see if it's completed. And if it is, if it's not, well, let's do this. Oh, okay. Print string Location not found yet. And on the true, then we can just basically go to wherever we're finding our, where we're doing our reward stuff and removing it. What we can do right here is I'm going to add a custom event called quest completed and hook that right to this for each loop where we're getting our rewards and the gold and the XP and all that jazz, and then removing the quest. So that right here on the true, we can just call that quest completed function. And then we'll do a print string that we just call hooray, because why not? Okay, so if I run over here, it does nothing. I have no quest associated. If I come pick up that quest, I can't do anything because location not found yet. But if I run over here, completed. So now when I run back to my person, location not found yet. I'm dumb. Okay, so I figured out what the issue was. So right here where we click the button, we're switching on the quest top. We find it, then we're checking each item of the quest log to see if we have the one that matches the quest info associated with the button, and if we do, then we're checking to see if it's completed or not. Where I went wrong is I'm checking the quest info of the button and not the quest info of the quest log. So here's the fix. Yes, the blonde hair is natural. Why do you ask? Let's do a little print string and see. Let's say, are you an idiot? Yes, I probably am. Well, let's see. Let's see if it works now. Wolfston, are you an idiot? Yes. Completed. Completed. Hooray. Quest removed. Just like that. Just like that. So the first way that we set all this up would probably work. Just to see, you know, I'm just gonna do this. So breaking it and then completing it. So this should work now. Are you in it? Yes. Completed. All right. Well, okay. All right. Well, there you go. So now, any quest that you have that needs like you to reach a certain point, you can add these around. Associate what quest it is. Scale the size appropriately. And it's all well and good. Okay. And it's working. And it's working just like it should have been. So from the quest icon, just to go over it one more time, we're just checking our quest log, breaking it open to get the quest ID, seeing which one matches the quest info button, and then from the actual quest log where we're checking, then we're checking to see if it if the quest log is completed, not the quest button. The quest button will always return false. So that's my bad. What you can actually do is disconnect this and hook it to the completed, and then drag that down a little bit. That way it's not looping through everything, because we can just go from the true to the break and then complete. So just to make sure I didn't just haywire everything. Are you an idiot? I mean, jury's still out, but they've pretty much reached a consensus. Alright, Wolf's Den completed. Hooray! Quest removed. We're good to go. That's all she needed. Alright, so now you can go find places in your open world. Alright, so I will see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna go cry into a pillow. Goodbye!